Hello, welcome to this lesson where we are going to learn some maths fundamentals. Today, we are going to look at something to do with computers and calculators. We are going to start with algorithm and flowchart, and pseudocode we'll consider it in another lesson. So let's get started. First of all, we have to look at some computer basics. These will help us understand algorithm, flowcharts, and the pseudocodes. A computer, remember, it is an electronic device that accepts input, processes it, and outputs it. The first function of a computer or basics of a computer is an input, where it accepts data. The second one, the data from the input is being processed in order to output the desired results. Now, when it comes to an algorithm, what is an algorithm? Simply put, these are just instructions that you can be given to solve a problem or perform a task. However, these steps have to be performed in a sequence. We have a great example, a recipe. Recipes are a great example of an algorithm in everyday life. They illustrate a replicable way of doing some tasks in a day. Let's say like baking. It doesn't matter which region you are from. If you follow the instructions for a recipe to bake muffins or to madondo, even vitumbua, you accomplish your goal. All you need kutobera byoma instructions. Follow the instructions step by step, then you perform that task or achieve whatever you want to achieve. And that is an algorithm. Another example, drug prescription. When you go to a clinic when you are sick, a doctor or a physician will tell you, do not take this medicine before you eat. It is also an algorithm. What about a flowchart? A flowchart is more like an algorithm, but in this case, instead of using text to give instructions, pictures, diagrams, or symbols are used to give a picture of instructions that have to be performed in a sequential way. Here are some of the common symbols that you'll see. There will be a symbol for start, stop, or begin and end. If you use start, then you have to finish with stop. So here's the symbol for stop or start. It's an oval shape. What about another symbol? This symbol is for input, output, or display. It's a symbol of a parallelogram. Another symbol, processing symbol, is a square or a rectangle. This is where now you highlight what is being done to achieve that desired goal. Okay? Another symbol is the decision symbol. It's in the shape of a diamond or a kite. This one is used for decision. Then the last one, but not the least, there could be some symbols. Remember, these are just the common ones. It is the flow direction symbol, which is an arrow. Now, it's time to see an example of a flow chart for finding area of a rectangle, which can be given as A is equal to L times B, or A is equal to LB. First, we have to formulate an algorithm. That means the algorithm will be given those instructions. Length and breadth are needed in order to calculate the area. Yes, we need those. Length and breadth must be greater than 0. So that's another instruction. Then the third one, we have to check if L or B is greater than 0. We'll start with the start symbol, which is an oval shape. We'll start the process. What is the next? Remember, this is a sequence showing the direction. The next one, it will be an input. What are we putting in the input? Things needed for us to calculate the area of a rectangle. That is L and B. Those are the ones we need. We'll just list them there. The next step, we want to make a decision. Which decision are we making here? We want to check if L is greater than 0 and B is also greater than 0. So we are checking. What if n of these is less than 0? What will happen if we say no to this question? Then we have to show this to the user to say, this is an error. There is no way L and B should be 0 or less than 0. they have to be greater than 0. So you have to try again. So if one tries again, where are we taking them? We are taking them back to the input where they have to put. What if we found out that L and B, they are all greater than 0? Then we are saying yes to that question in the decision box. What follows? We'll go direct and process. What are we processing? We are multiplying L and B for us to find the area. So there we are multiplying them. After multiplying, we want to see the end result. What is the end result? We display it. We output it. We output the area of a rectangle. As simple as that. Once we find the desired results, what do? We stop. The process has ended. In the next lesson, we are going to solve an exam question on a flowchart.